Thank you for coming to Croninger.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes,
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for letting us interview you.
You're welcome.
Okay, our first question is, when were you a student at Croninger?
Well, I was a student at Croninger. I started here when I was in kindergarten in 1966, which was the first year the school was opened. And I stayed here through 6th grade. And it was in 1973 when I was done with 6th grade here at the school.
How has Croninger changed since you were a student?
Ooh, well, one of the first changes is that we actually had 6th grade here in school instead of just going through 5th grade. So that was the first thing.
That's like it's middle school.
Yes, it's middle school now, but it was still elementary school when I was here. A lot of things changed. Girls weren't allowed to wear pants to school until I was in 4th grade. We had to wear dresses and skirts. When it was cold, we wore things called leggings, only they were wool, like snow pants that we could wear to school and at recess and when we went home, but we couldn't wear them during school. We also had a cafeteria like you have, only we had a kitchen. And they actually made our food here at the school, kind of like home cooking. We had trays and real silverware. We also could go home for lunch because everybody that went to the school lived in the area, so we could walk home and go home for lunch. We could even go home with a friend for lunch if we wanted to, which I don't think you get to do that anymore. No.
Did you have a TV studio?
No, we did not have a TV studio. Actually, a lot of the families of kids that I went to school with didn't even have a TV in their home. We had one, and it was black and white. We didn't have a color TV until I was in high school. That's what we had.
I can't imagine life without TV.
Life without TV. It was different. We played, we had a good time. You know, another thing that we didn't have computers. No computers, not in school, not anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
And we couldn't,
TV, life without TV is bad enough, but without internet, seriously?
We made it all the way through. And you know, the school was different. When I first started, it was smaller than it is now. And after 2nd grade, they built Haley down the road, down that way. And a lot of the kids I went to school with ended up going to school there. And then before I was in 5th grade, they added on that whole wing that you guys have down there, the 5th grade wing. School stopped right before the workroom area down.
Where were the 6th graders at? Did you have kindergartners?
I'm not sure where they were at. By the time I was in 6th grade, we were down in that hallway. But we had a library, not a media center.
Well, okay, next question. Do you remember any of your teachers?
I remember all of my teachers. I loved school. I had Mrs. Jansen for kindergarten down in that hallway on the left, last door on the left. In 1st grade, I had Mrs. Beard. In 2nd grade was one of my favorite teachers. Her name was Mrs. Shannon, and she was in room 123. And in 3rd grade, I had 3 teachers. My first teacher was Miss Gingrich, and she worked here about 2 months, and then she got married, and actually my dad took me to her wedding, and then we had a substitute for about 2 months. Her name was Mrs. Walpole, and then a regular teacher came, and her name was Miss Westerman. And for 4th grade, I had Mrs. Mosier. In 5th grade, I had Mr. Boness, and in 6th grade, I had Mr. Hall. And in 6th grade, we got to change classes so we'd get used to it when we went to middle school. Do you still do that in 5th grade here? You don't change classes? So we actually got to meet each of the 6th grade teachers.
Sure that's just, yeah, I was told
that was
that's
just old,
in
huh?
Middle school.
My friends do that and they're in 5th grade.
Oh, do they?
I was gonna say, before you ask the next question, every teacher except for my 2nd grade teacher, the year after I had them, they left.
Oh, that doesn't sound very good, but maybe you're just too good for them.
My 2nd grade teacher, Miss Ole, she's still here, but now she's a kindergarten teacher.
Yes, you're right. That's interesting.
The next question is, do you have any special memories here?
I have a few. That was a long time ago, but one of the things I remember was we had a Christmas program, and I'm not sure what we were focusing on, but we had a Scandinavian feel to it, and there was a person called Santa Lucia, and I got chosen to play her, and so I got to wear this long white robe and a red sash and a wreath with candles on my head, but they didn't like the candles. And
That's good.
I also liked spelling. My husband said I was kind of boring, but I liked spelling. And I actually got to teach spelling in 4th grade to my class. And I love the library. I used to spend a lot of time there, and 2 of my favorite books were kind of really different. One was The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and the other one was The Secret Garden. And then I like to do something called ciphering. Do you have any idea what that is? No? We used to do ciphering. We were in teams, and each team would send a person up to the blackboard, and our teacher would give us a math problem. And we'd write it down. Yes, a blackboard where you use chalk.
We don't have that. We have whiteboards.
You have whiteboards. That's right. So there's something different. And we would solve math problems, and whoever got done first and had the right answer, their team got a point. And we did that every Friday, and I love to do that.
We still do that Christmas program because I remember, I think it was 2nd grade, my friend Alexa played that girl, I forget what her name was, and she had the candles on her head. And then I was one of the speakers, and we went around and passed out candy to the audience.
Candy.
Oh, that's neat. That's exciting. See, so that is something that hasn't changed all these years later.
So, yeah, this place probably looks a lot different than you remember.
It does now, yes. When I first came back here to work a few years ago, the office actually looked and smelled the same as it did when I was in school here. It was kind of strange.
I mean, sometimes places have weird smells.
Sometimes. You're right.
Do you remember who your principal was?
Yes, Mr. Coleman was our principal, and Mrs. Tipton was our school secretary.
I don't remember her name, but I know there was another principal before Miss Kennedy that I think, I don't remember what grade I was in. I don't know, but there was a different. So, thank you for letting us interview you.
Thank you for asking me nice questions and helping me out. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks.